right, hi everybody, it's me again, Justin of Empire Fight League. This is Max Libai. Max is fighting for the 156-pound Empire Fight League title on Friday, October 25th, downtown Montreal, Plaza Centreville. Today, we're gonna get all the dirty secrets on Max, so you can know a bit about him before he goes in the ring. This event is of such quality. It's an evolution, guys, okay? It's all A class. We have multiple title fights. All the best people are on this card. All the matchups are insane. It's gonna be a night like no other. We've never seen anything like this. I'm quite proud of it. Buy your tickets on eventbrite.com. It's gonna sell out fast, guys. Get your tickets. Don't cry when you can't get a ticket. The only places you can get tickets is online. There are no paper tickets. How you doing, Max?
Pretty good.
All right, I'm good. I'm great, man. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for being on the card, man. I appreciate it. We got a lot of good fighters on this card, and you guys could have went to a lot of different shows, but you picked my show. I appreciate it. I promised you a great event. One of the greatest you've ever seen.
I promise you to show up.
I bet you will, man.
Give my best.
Max, say your name, your age, your record, and your gym.
Perfect. So my name is Maxime Libai. My current record is 6-4. I'm 30 years old, and I'm currently training at Tai Long Gym in Montreal.
Good gym.
Jean Talon. A very good gym.
When's your birthday?
December 25th.
No, Christmas!
Yeah, I'm the old Jesus boy.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, do you just get one gift?
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me this, but it's usually like when I was younger, I kind of asked for what I wanted, and usually that was that. I didn't necessarily ask for one or two for like one of my birthday, but it would depend. Some people would give me a gift and they say, okay, this is for Christmas, this one is for your birthday, but it
was all the same day.
Wow.
Amazing. Are you working or are you studying, Max?
Right now I'm working.
Okay, what do you do for work?
I'm in finance.
Nice.
I work at the bank. Yeah.
Good. What are your hobbies, Max? Like outside of fighting, outside of finance, your work, and all the things we expect you to do, training, sparring. What is something about you, something you like to do, a hobby, an interest that people wouldn't expect?
Wouldn't expect. I like to code. Like I'm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm learning like programming for the fun. I'm trying to build apps right now.
Cool.
So I'm learning the basics. But other than that, I like to play video games.
Nice.
This, I think.
Jay the technology.
Yeah, into tech.
I heard Bill Gates in an interview once, and he was talking about coding and how it was his favorite activity, and he would stay up for days, like 24/7.
No, but it's really interesting because you really get to when you code, you start to think about, okay, I can make the computer do what I want if I give him like the right instructions. So it's really fascinating.
And you're gonna build some apps?
I'm wishing to do that. Yeah, that's one of my
Muay Thai maybe?
Who knows? Who knows?
Do you have any pets?
No, my sister had a dog. She gave it to my brother, but to me, no. We had pets at home when I was living at home, but none to my name.
Where were you born, Max?
Cameroon.
Cameroon?
Yep.
Okay, and you came to Canada when?
I was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been there since.
In Montreal the whole time?
We arrived in Montreal. I grew up in Longueuil and Saint Bruno. At some point I moved out.
Nice.
Yeah.
You ever go back?
To Cameroon? No, I haven't yet. My parents, my mother went back, my father as well, but not yet.
After you win the title, you can take it back to Cameroon.
Yeah, maybe. Like Ngannou did. Went back, I don't know.
Cameroon too, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they will praise me as much as him, but I can try.
What was your first martial art, and what age were you at that time?
I started doing Muay Thai. That's the first and pretty much only martial art.
You found the right one.
Yeah, I started with the best one. I mean, I hesitated a lot before between Muay Thai and boxing, but the more complete aspect of Muay Thai, the fact that you're using really diverse set of weapons, elbow, knee, everything. So that's the thing that made my decision.
Yeah.
I was kind of late for like martial arts in general. I was 20 years old.
Never late.
So yeah.
You did well.
Yeah.
You did well. Is this your first A class? Second A class.
Yeah, I did one last November at Ben Mathieu, K1. That was the first K1 A class. So now the second K1.
It's amazing, man. Amazing. So he feels he started late, but here he is, top shape, doing an A class fight in Empire for a title. What made you want to compete? Do you remember that moment that it clicked? Damn, I want to fight. What was that?
I mean, when I started, I was surrounded by guys. I started at the previous gym from Thailand, and the guys when I started that were there, they were already some good fighters. So when I started, I was kind of I don't know how to say.
Motivated?
Yeah, motivated
Yeah.
by them. I also wanted to like be part of the crew, and these guys were fighters, and
It's infectious.
yeah, so I was like, hey, I want to try that too, and
Yeah.
it was just to challenge myself. At some point, I was training, and then the coach offered me a fight. I was like, okay.
Awesome. I'm going to get to your first fight in a second, okay? Who is your coach? And could you tell us something funny about your coach?
Currently, my coach is Jacques. Well, he's the owner of the place, but the Muay Thai coach would be Monet. He's the one giving the class, the instruction. I mean, he's a funny guy in general. I don't know that I have a funny story.
That's okay.
coming
You'll
to
have
my
it.
head right now.
Maybe we'll get one on fight night.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you give us a funny fact or a funny story about you?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in Thailand, I'm not very good at telling stories, but when I went in Thailand to train for the first time, I remember we were running up the hills. So I was in Isan in the mountains, and it was like near villages, and then we were doing our morning runs, and then at some point there were always dogs there that were barking when we were getting close to them. And one of a day like that, I don't know why, but the dog started chasing us. Usually they would just bark and follow us a bit, but that time they were really triggered. I don't know why. And they chased us, and I realized that I think they wanted to play because he got really close to me. But it was just barking. He didn't bite me or anything.
Was it scary?
Yeah, it was scary.
Did you run faster?
I did, but he was still catching up to me. That's why I say I think he was trying to play because he got really close to me, but he didn't
But if
bite
you don't
me.
know, it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That's awesome. That's a good story, man. That's good. Tell us about your first fight, where it was, what the rules were. Was it Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing? If you were nervous, how it went. Tell us all about that, your first fight.
Yep, my first fight was a Muay Thai fight. I remember, I think it was in Victory. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
Some
a
good
big,
shows,
big
man, back
Victory
then.
event back in the days.
Yeah.
It was Muay Thai back then in Montreal.
Yeah.
You could still do Muay Thai.
Yeah. We'll get it back. We'll get that back.
I wouldn't say I was necessarily nervous because I went there a bit not knowing what to expect. But I mean, it was still in my mind like all day long, all week long. But I did well. I did a lot of knees that got me the victory. And
Do you remember who you fought?
yeah, I mean, I saw him fight like a couple weeks ago on Instagram. But I
He's still fighting it?
Yeah. I just saw him on a fight card post, and I was like, oh, is that the guy? Like first time, but I can't recall. He was training at a gym from Longueuil. That's what I know.
Okay.
And yeah.
After my first fight, the week after, I go home, I'm flipping through the channels. This is a while ago, right? So we, going through the channels. And we had Music Plus back then.
Yeah,
Right? Music Plus, right?
remember that.
And I see this guy, something Cafien. He was a francophone artist, like a rock star singer. It was him.
Oh damn.
Yeah, the guy I fought. He was on
Like,
Music
I didn't
Plus.
know he had a
yeah, I think his name
different
is.
life.
I think his name is Xavier Cafien or something like that. Cafien.
Xavier Café?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You know his name?
No.
Yeah, but I'm old, right? I'm old. I'm much older than you, right? So, but that was my guy. I seen my guy on TV about a week after he busted up my nose.
Shit,
Yeah.
huh?
Tell me what it was like, Max, when you got your arm raised, your first win.
Man, I remember I was so exhausted. Like, my cardio control in my first fight, it was so not good.
You went hard?
Yeah, I was going hard. I was like throwing, like swinging, showing knees as soon as we get in the clinch. And I remember the third last round, I was like, okay, just go through it. I wanted it to finish because I was so like done. And he raised my hands. I was still like breathing heavy, but like I was like
Too
very
too tired to be happy.
satisfied. But yeah, exactly, kind of something like that. So.
What about your first loss? What do you remember about that? How'd you feel?
The first loss was like my second fight. Yeah, I mean, soon as after I lost, because it was like an anonymous decision, I was not too happy about the results because I felt like my striking was better, but he did better than me in the clinch and all that. But yeah, losses for me are always like tougher. Like sit down and think through much more than a win. Like a win is for me, I just like I check a box and
Win is,
on to the next one. But when I lose, it's like it's really getting to my head. It's bothering me. So I mean, it made me want to train harder, fight harder. And the fight after that, I won. The 2 fights next to that, I won my fights. So
Sucked, but it made you better.
Yeah, it made me angry.
Made you angry,
and then it made me better.
Good. But everything you experienced, your fights and your gyms and everything like that, and now you're gonna go fight for this title in Empire. You're doing pretty well. So what would your advice be to young boys and girls who walk up to Max Libai and say, "Hey Max, what do I have to do to do the things you've done?"
I mean, train hard, be consistent. That would be my most, just like do repetitively. It's by doing the small things repetitively that you will get better. Focus on the fundamentals before going to do the flashy stuff. But yeah, it's just a grind.
It is a grind.
So repeat the same movements. Just be on your A game, and when you go in the ring, I always tell myself, just give it all you got. Don't leave anything else, and that's.
Is that what we're going to see on the 25th of October? We're going to see 100% Max? Oh, good. Who was your toughest opponent or your toughest fight?
My last fight, I would say, was one of the toughest guy I had faced. The name itself, I forgot, but he was an Asian guy from Montreal.
Was it FTC?
No, he was at Ben Mathieu.
Ben Mathieu, so
yeah.
Okay.
And you had already done like a couple of 5-rounders, 8
Oh, is it Danny? Danny Gel?
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, Danny Gel.
And he had won his last fight prior, by head kick knockout. So when I got there,
Yumba.
Yeah. I was a bit I focused heavily during my training on his head kicks, and I feel like that I handled it pretty well. But what surprised me is when he came back, because I had a good boxing, but he was able to counter me with the knees.
Yeah.
That I was not expecting, and he had also good strength in his punches that I was not expecting. I had really focused on countering the kick game, and I think that I did well. But it's that got me, and no, he was good. Danny
Gel's a good fighter.
Yeah, he was good.
Danny Gel's a good fighter. If you didn't see him fight, he fought one of my guys. It was a few years ago. The fight was very, very, very close. We lost. We tried to get a rematch. I think it didn't happen because he had to cut a little bit of weight to do it, and I don't think he wanted to cut weight again, but it was a good fight. If you're fighting Danny, you're doing well.
Yeah.
He's a good fighter, man. He's one of the best, yeah. What is your most memorable moment in the ring? Could be something stupid. Maybe you got kicked in the nuts. Something like that. Maybe you went crazy and you got this like Super Street Fighter combination off. I don't know.
Well, my most enjoyable moment is when I won by knockout. It was in Ontario.
Nice.
That was 4 years ago-ish, 2018.
Okay.
And what was crazy about it, because that was the last round. I think it was the last 30 seconds of the last round. The guy was coming back. I think I had the first round, second round was his, I would say, and third round I was hedging, but he was also coming back. And then as he come close to me, he did a fake kick, and then I just timed it with an overhand, and then the crowd
went down. Did he get back up?
No, he was on the rope. But after that, he got up, and then I shake his hand. I was like, "Thank you, good fight." But yeah, that was a good
feeling.
Yeah,
good stuff, man. Who's your biggest fan, Max Libai? Your family, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your training teammates, all that stuff. Who's your biggest fan? Who goes to Max Libai's fight and loses their damn mind?
I would say probably in terms of fighting, my training partner.
Yeah, your training partner.
We all go.
Who's the craziest? Who's the craziest?
I mean, usually my 2 corner guys, because sometimes I go in the ring and then they give me advice, and sometimes I don't hear them and then they go crazy. So that's one thing.
A lot of people don't understand how emotionally evolved a coach can be with his fighter. They don't understand that. You spend so much time with your fighter, you go through so much ups and downs and the growing process and the setbacks and the comebacks. The emotions are quite high sometimes, most of the time. Who's your favorite fighter, Max? Who is your favorite fighter and why? Could be boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever.
2 fighters I like the most will be Rotang and Muay Thai.
Nice.
Yeah, Rotang, I just really love his style. I think I have a style similar to his, heavy on the punches, Muay Mat, punch low kicks. And Muay Thai, I think, is just too slick with the elbows. Like, I really love his style.
Those guys at a different level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another.
So which fighter, past or present, can you compare your style to?
I want to say Rotang.
Rodtang?
Is definitely a level much higher than mine, but I think in the way I approach a fight, forward pressure, hands, and chopping heavy low kicks, I would say I compare myself a lot to him. But I also like Yadvushal because he's very complete. I try to be like him. He's using a lot of his different weapons as equally good. He was more a clincher back then, and now he's more. He did a lot of kickboxing, and now he's one of the fighters that I'm trying to like emulate in terms of fighting style, because he's very complete with his elbows, knees, kick. He can do it all. So
you'll be excited when we get to do Muay Thai again.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. For you guys who don't know, Muay Thai got outlawed some years ago. It makes no sense, and we're working real hard to get it back. So yeah, we all do K1 over here. We love it, but I think we all love Muay Thai a little more. So we're looking forward to getting that back, and we'll get it done. Do you have any pre-fight rituals, traditions, or superstitions that you like to do before you fight?
I try to be as relaxed as I can, to have the best control of myself. So music, I listen to a lot of music
What do you listen
for
to?
myself. I mean, my regular playlist. I listen to a lot of hip hop mostly, but a little bit of everything. So music to calm myself. I try to study a bit of fights, but nothing really like specific. Just like training, respect my routine.
Simple and focused.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so you go to your weigh-ins and you get off the scales. What are you going to eat before you fight? What's your favorite post weigh-in pre-fight meal?
So yeah, I try to go light, but you want to also you're happy that all these weeks of weight cuts are done, so you can finally eat everything. But yeah, just before the fight, I usually either like a sandwich, Subway style,
Nice.
or some rice and like chicken, some little place like this. We often used to go to like little Thai restaurants just before the fight, so that was
Awesome. After your fight now, you made weight, you fought, it's over, training camp's over, the fight's over, you're allowed to eat the shittest food. What's your favorite?
I am big on candies.
Like what?
Anything. I eat a lot of these days. Peaches ring.
yeah. So you like the gummy chocolate?
Yeah.
Gummy candies.
Yeah.
On chocolate. I love chocolate.
I'm very sweet tooth.
Yeah, me too.
But anything like drinking.
What's a typical day in the life of Max Libai? What does it look like?
I mean, these days it's work, and then I work from home, and then I go at the office a couple times a week. So wake up, I work, and then I go do my training after. Yeah, that's
it, eh?
Yeah, and then weekend, I mean, I can hang out and chill, but during the week, that's mostly like work and training, because I do 9 to 5.
Yep.
So yeah, that's that life.
Yep, we gotta work, we gotta trade. It's a tough balance. What do you find the hardest part about balancing all that out? Getting enough sleep, eating well.
I mean, when you have a fight, it's like you have to kind of sacrifice some things. Sometimes you just want to like do nothing, but you have to, or you want to go out and do things like that. So you have to stay focused and disciplined. I wouldn't say. I mean, I'm okay with that. I've done it many times now, so like I understand the game. But that would be one thing. The weight cuts. That's the thing I like the least.
Okay, so that's the worst for you.
Yeah.
You cut a lot of weight?
Like 10, 15 pounds, but it's just the fact that you have to kind of like restrain yourself.
Yeah.
So that would be the less nice part about the fighting.
I think everybody would say. Yeah. So on October 25th, Friday night, October 25th at Empire Fight League 2, The Evolution, you have a tough opponent, Malmer from Renfrew, Muay Thai in Ontario. Very good young fighter. I'll tell you about Malmer. He was in B class in Muay Thai Ontario, and I'm told that he did so well in B class that he put him up to A class a few fights before. So he's a good tough kid. I got to see him fight.
Okay.
I got to see you fight before. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a good close fight. It's going to be a lot of action, a lot of both guys moving forward, going at it. I don't know if you studied any of Malmer's stuff or not, but how do you see this fight go?
I haven't watched his tapes or nothing so far, But I'm always up for anybody, so for me it's gonna be the same like preparation. So just focus on me, how I can get better, with respect to what I did wrong in my previous fights, how I can be more complete and everything. And then like a couple of days before, I might check on his things just to like have an idea how to approach it. But I try to more focus on myself first, and then like once I'm like comfortable with that, I might like.
So this fight for the 156-pound title between you and Melmer is going to be a hell of a fight. I don't know who's going to win it, but it's going to be good. That's just the way I like to make the matches. I don't know who's going to win these fights, but I know it's going to be good, and I think that's the best way to do it. So Friday, October 25th, guys, Plaza Centreville, Empire 2, The Evolution. When Max Libai. Max, you got anything to say? You got anything you want to say to close up here?
Get ready, guys, because me, I'm always ready for put on a great performance. Like I said, I try to leave it all in the ring just for you guys, for your entertainment. So get there, be ready.
We got a lot of good fighters. We're gonna fight hard against a lot of good opponents, guys. You don't want to miss this. I'm telling you, the tickets are gonna go fast. Already on the first day, tickets flew off. Get your tickets. You're gonna regret it if you don't. And that's it for me and Max Libai. Thank you, Max, for being part of Empire.
Thank you for having me.
And I know you're going to have a great fight, and I can't wait to see all these fights. Till next time.